Hey guys, back again with another knife review, and look at that, Benchmade. Or is it? Well, to start with, this isn't even a knife. Although, you're asking, well, how is it not a knife when it's in a Benchmade box? Well, it's a trainer, but... And then you're probably thinking, unless you're looking at the title already, which you probably are, how is this not a Benchmade? Well... I gotta give the Chinese counterfeiters credit for this one. This box is pretty much identical to an actual Benchmade box. They really outdid themselves this time. It's actually incredible. Let's see if it'll focus. Maybe. Maybe manual focus might be better. Anyway. I gotta give them credit. It's almost identical. But... so close and yet so far, because right down here, let's hope that can focus in. Come on. Oh, almost got it. Okay, there we go. Let's move it slowly closer. There we go. Property of Benchmade Knife Company. Yeah. Printed in USA, my ass. Alright. Anyway. So yeah, but gotta give him credit for that one. It's almost just as shiny anyway too. The thing that Benchmade doesn't do though is include a little Torx driver with every purchase. Pretty cool little addition by the Chinese seller. So don't need that. Comes with a sheath. It's a nice sheath actually. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the Benchmade one. Has a little tag. Horizontal and vertical. I think the horizontal is molly webbing, or maybe I'm wrong, or just to carry it horizontal on a belt, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anyway, I've played with this a bit, but I put it back exactly as it came, so you can see how you're going to get it if you buy one of these. I got mine off eBay. I'll probably leave a link to the listing where I purchased this. It was around 23 US dollars. I think I paid like 35 Canadian or whatever the hell the exchange is now. So it's a balisong, but they are illegal in Canada, so sorry, not really enough space to actually flip it open, but it is a copy of the Benchmade 40T, which is the trainer version of like the 42 kind of style, but this is stainless steel handles, obviously not titanium. For that cheap, there's no way they'd do titanium. They do make fake BM42s and stuff with titanium handles, but let me just latch that closed. So as you can see, maybe if I can zoom in on the balisong logo. There. Maybe. I don't know. Not really worth it. Gotta get a better camera than this. The focus is bad on my phone, but whatever, it's not gonna work. So anyway, it says balisong 40, and then here said 440C Benchmade USA. Steel doesn't matter for the blade basically because it's not really a blade. See, completely not sharp, and you can't sharpen it because you can't put an edge on it due to these holes. You might be able to put a really tiny edge on it, but it would just suck and break, so wouldn't last anyway. Spring latch, pretty good actually. It's actually adjustable, which I don't know if the original one was. You can unscrew this and move it in further if you want, or pull it out and unscrew it as far as you can. And then there's a Torx screwdriver head in there so you can adjust how far it can come out. It'll friction into whatever, into the kind of with the screw head and stay there. This screw did come out on me once, and I don't know if it's still doing that. Let me see. No, I didn't Loctite it, but I screwed it down about as tight as it could go, so it's probably fine. This is a channel construction, and that's really good. I'm going to quickly pull out my other balisong trainer, which I paid about 20 Canadian for. As you can see, this is such a bad fake. Not that I bought it as a fake. Sorry about that, some construction work of some other apartment, but yeah, this is just bad. This is just a worse sheath. Just one bad loop here. Probably hold, but oh, this one's kind of a bit of a. What's weird about this one is the well, it's a comb, but it's got a few problems. This the channel construction is not there. It's sandwich construction. It's made of tuning fork metal, which pretty much impossible to pick up on camera, I think. But anyway, it's like the spring latch on it is actually stronger though. So it's possible that I'll actually replace the spring on the other one with this one here at some point, because I don't think I'll be using this one too much, and this has a non-adjustable latch, but other than that they look pretty similar, but there's no comparison in quality. This counterfeit is not as good as the original 40T, but for 40 bucks it's a hell of a lot better than the other one. It's a lot better constructed. I mean, I can't flip too well. I guess I could just pull up the camera a bit and whatever, so maybe I can get a better shot of actually flipping these. I don't know really any moves yet, but sorry about that, guys. So I'm really bad at this, but I'll learn it. A couple moves eventually, but yeah, it's a pretty fun little gimmick, I think. One thing I've noticed while flipping it is it tends to pinch a little bit, but that's weird. I think that's just because I'm not really that good at flipping this yet. But it's heavier, way heavier than the other fake. You can just tell, like, if you are holding them. And it's not made of that crappy tuning fork metal, so whenever you touch it, it doesn't vibrate, which is really annoying. But anyway, I didn't mean for this to turn out to be a comparison, but I guess since I have another trainer, I'll show off why this one's far superior. And not saying I really endorse counterfeits, but this is one of the cheaper trainers you can buy, and it happens to be pretty good quality because they end up trying to imitate the Benchmade. Well, of course, Benchmade never actually made one with a comb. That would be hilarious. But I don't know. This one's really, like, to me, this just screams outsiders, like 60s culture, kind of like 60s delinquent culture, I guess, whatever. I don't really support that whole view of switchblades and butterfly knives being like that, but I'll make that another video where I just talk about Canadian knife laws and why I personally think they're complete rubbish, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But anyway, I did try using this as a comb a couple times just for the fun of it. Like, I'm not actually going to use this as my actual comb, that's stupid, but I figured I'd find out if it actually did function as a comb, and it does function as a comb. It's metal, so it's not the most comfortable thing to use, but it'll last pretty much forever compared to one of those like plastic ones you buy. This has really no use except to flip. I guess you could use it as a self-defense weapon. Like, you can't cut someone with it, but I guess you just batter them with it. I don't know. So, the effectiveness as a weapon is very debatable. Probably very minimal. This makes a much nicer sound when you flip it. Even in the minimal time I've been flipping it, I noticed that. And it's kind of interesting. The channel construction just makes it feel more solid. But I don't know. It's just every time I have one of these out, it's just so disappointing to me that I can't have an actual blade. But anyway, yeah. So I'll put the comb, the greaser comb aside, and I'll get back to the actual thing. There isn't really much to talk about with this thing. And no, you can't use it as a pair of knuckle dusters. That would be hilarious if somebody tried to do that. It'd be an awful pair of knuckle dusters with the handles going around like that, but I don't know, that might be an outtake, or yeah, no, probably just put it in the video because now it's pretty funny. But anyway, yeah, I'll leave a link to the eBay listing where I bought this. I think it's pretty cool. If you've been sitting here for 11 minutes watching this, then great, but yeah, I mean, if you like flipping and you're in Canada, I'd recommend it. I think it's worth the money. I wouldn't really recommend this thing. For the 20 bucks, I'd rather spend the extra money and get this thing. Even though technically this has a utility as a comb, I think that's kind of irrelevant. I've made a little review on this little comb thing. That I made the day I got it in the mail. For some reason, it was weird. They shipped this e-packet, and they never shipped anything else like that I bought like from eBay sellers. It's like the first one where they sent an e-packet, which is cool, and it was free shipping. It took like a really short amount of time. What I'm guessing is it's the same people who put it on AliExpress and those other Chinese sites that are doing it, but it's really nice. It's a bit of a closer fake too. Like the holes are a little bit better. Like you can just tell it's a little bit better. The metal is better quality. And it's not a comb, obviously, but anyway, yeah, I'd maybe Loctite the screws. Got bronze washers, which is nice to see. It looks like it was cast, which I don't know. Like I would expect that, but still kind of sucks. I mean, what do you expect for the money? Like the real thing is however many hundreds at least. Well, the real Benchmade 42 is like 400 bucks or something Canadian, and then the trainer is probably cheaper than that, but anyway, cool little item. I think it's worth it, and I'll be back at you soon with some reviews of actual knives. So yeah.